Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. I'm Arjuna, Chief Executive Officer for Dadah Haters Club, DHC. We are a non-profit organisation established as NPO in October 2016. Our club mission is to create awareness regarding drug abuse, especially among school students. School children aged between 7 until 19 years old is chosen as our main target group because we believe prevention is better than cure. We will conduct our boot camp program for 1 day, and our first program will be held on 20th of March 2017 in Kuala Lumpur, which is a month from now. Overall, our total income is 123,600 ringgit, with grant received from government agency contributed the highest percentage of 61%. These are among the government agency who contributed to our income. Donation received from private company and individual contributed a total of 39%. Among companies who contributed to our income are Yayasan Al-Bukhari, Nazar Group Berhad, and Berjaya Berhad. We also received donation from private companies and individuals who contributed via online banking. In terms of our costs, there are 4 costs involved. 1. Direct material consists of bootcamp kit and food and beverages for 600 students in 6 schools with total cost of 21,000 ringgit. Direct labor consists of 30 facilitators, with rate per facilitators is 6 ringgit per hour. Total cost for direct labor is 1,440 ringgit. Third, the direct overhead consists of cost for transportation, talent providers, hall setup and decoration, audio setup, technical services and security services, total of 33,732 ringgit. Supporting overhead consists of office equipment registration fee, office rental, office maintenance fee, employer salaries, advertising, insurance, utilities and office supplies, with total of 57,331 ringgit. I have entrusted Ms. Warda Dilofa to prepare our income statement. Before that, we have to prepare a cost estimation method. My honey manager will explain about it.
From experience, DHC is able to recognize the nature of all the costs involved except for travelling costs. DHC believes that it may be a semi-variable cost. However, for certainty, visual fit method will be used for its cost estimation method. With reference to the visual fit graph, the fixed cost per month is around 280 ringgit. This is represented by the intercept of graph line at y-axis. Variable cost per trip varies per month, ranging from 110 ringgit to 152 ringgit, with average variable cost per trip at 141 ringgit. There are 4 conclusions derived. First, DHC know travelling cost is a semi-variable cost. Second, the variable cost element is more than 72% of total travelling cost. It is represented by the total mileage for each trip taken. The third, the variable cost per month is relatively uniform between the relevant range. And the last one, no outlying data points were identified. Then, a cost function can be derived and will be used in controlling and estimating travelling costs for the coming bootcamp. DHC is now aware that the travelling cost can be reduced as the variable cost element is high at more than 72% from total cost. Action can be taken to reduce this cost. DHC can plan the trips more strategically so that the frequency of the trips taken can be reduced, thus reducing the travelling expenses. As for the method used, the visual fit method is the best for DHC as the amount of data is relatively small. It is the only cost estimation method that is easy to use, utilize all the available data, and yield significant results. The graph also makes this method easy to understand. With sufficient knowledge, an analyst can spot outliers. The only drawback of this method is lack of objectivity. 2 different analysts may give 2 different results. So, it is crucial that the visual fit line must be drawn perfectly among the plotted points. The rule of thumb is to make sure the line is positioned so that roughly equal numbers of plotted points lie above and below the line to get the best results. Now, As we know the cost behavior of all related costs, we can prepare the income statement. Wardah Nelofa will brief about our bootcamp income statement.
For a costing statement, we would like to suggest DHC apply contribution margin costing method. It is because this method separates all operation costing by their behavior in a fixed or variable cost. So, it is easier for DHC to identify which costs consume a large amount and need to minimize, also determine the net income. By using contribution margin costing, the number of schools participates in this bootcamp is the main product. Each school will be allocated around 2,600 ringgit to bear the variable cost, including the total fixed cost consumed. Under the variable cost, there are direct labor, which refer to facilitators, direct materials for bootcamp kit and food and beverages, supporting overhead for utility costs, and direct overhead, which consists of school bus allowances and travel expenses. After taking all the variable costs per school into consideration, which is 7,157 ringgit, the contribution margin per school is 13,443 ringgit, and the total contribution margin is 80,660 ringgit. This is the total amount left to cover fixed expenses of 70,863 ringgit. Thus, the net income is 9,797 ringgit, which is the excess of income to DHC after organizing the bootcamp program. In this cost statement, DHC must invite at least 6 schools, or to be precise, is 527 students. DHC contribution margin percentage is 65.3%, that indicates the percentage of each income is available to make the contribution towards covering fixed expenses. Therefore, the break-even point in income is 108,587 ringgit, which means DHC need at least this amount of income to cover variable and fixed expenses to organize this program. After calculating the break-even point, DHC can analyze safety margin to understand about the differences between the budgeted income and the break-even income. Since the safety margin is 15,012 ringgit, this means that any reduction in income will affect DHC operation and program. It will also lead DHC to make a decision whether to seek more fund or reduce costs. Therefore, by using contribution margin costing, DHC is able to identify the specific costs that can be considered to be reduced without giving major impact in conducting the bootcamp. Now, I will let my colleague Chok Koo Wei explain about special decision making.
Now we need to do the decision making to see whether we want to add or drop program, or to outsource part of our program, or to co-organize our program with other party. Creative Animations Neighborhood is proposing to co-organize the Drug Abuse Awareness Bootcamp. They knew about this program when DHC acquired for Bubble Boy Costume Character Service. Creative Animation agreed to contribute a total of 9,000 ringgit with an additional activity, that is the animation video contest. The contribution given will also consist of the contest prize amounting to 2,100 ringgit. The logo of Bubble Boy of his friend will appear in all advertising material related to the program. 5 staff from Creative Animation will fully handle the contest until the evaluation stage. The Creative Animation will provide 10 unique computers as well as the 5 animators in order to assist the participants. DHC is responsible to allocate a space as well as setting out the equipment related to the animation video contest. Based on the mutual agreement, Creative Animation agreed to contribute a total of 9,000 ringgit. DHC will increase its gross income by 5,000 ringgit, which increased 6.6% as compared to previous gross income. For a newly formed non-profit organization, DHC management believes that they will gain competitive advantage by accepting the proposal through the establishment of DHC's reputation. The decision is to proceed with proposal to co-organize the bootcamp with Creative Animation. By accepting the proposal, DHC will gain benefits both financial and non-financial side. Next, Zai will explain the performance evaluation.
For DHC performance evaluation, we are going to use variance analysis. Variance analysis is vital to good management as well as to determine whether or not our budget is realistic. However, the real test is whether the result was good for our NPOs. What action should be taken by DHC management after getting the result? Now, let's look at our variance analysis. For direct material variances, there is no quantity variance as the amount is the same for actual and budgeted. However, there is a 3,000 price variance for direct materials. The variance occurs because of the rising price of FMB is unfavorable to DHC. In this case, DHC should consider this increment for next year budget preparation. The direct labor variances give us favorable condition towards the efficiency variance. The actual numbers of facilitators are decreasing from budgeted number from 30 facilitators to 25 facilitators. Rate per person remains constant because this is the standard rate given. Based from variance analysis, DHC realized that to organize a program for 600 people, a group of 25 facilitators is efficient enough to conduct the program smoothly. The variable overhead rate variance is 1,200. This is contributed by the school bus allowance. The total actual cost is 13,800 as opposed to the budgeted cost of 15,000. This is due to price deduction given by the bus operator as a token to support our program. Even though this is a favorable situation, DHC decides not to consider this reduction for next year budget preparation. In conclusion, DHC has to revise the cost under FMB. We will use the actual cost of RM35 as basis for the next year budget preparation as it is the standard current price. DHC also planning to request a collaboration with any bus operator that can consider offering a lower price compared to the market price. On overall perspective, in order to ensure our awareness program to achieve its objective, we strongly recommend that our program to be conducted quarterly every year. Hence, we need to find an alternative in order to raise our income and minimize our costs. Drug abuse among students nowadays is worrying, as our future nation is depending on today's generation. All parties like NGO, government, corporate sector and communities should continuously support and play an active role towards a drug-free generation.
Get my hopes up, 'cause then I'll never get let down. But you were something special I didn't notice until now. I heard sirens in my head from the first time that we met. Thought it was a false alarm. Yeah, we started as a spark. Didn't think we'd come this far. But here we...
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wah, sekali lagi boleh Zal.
Aku nak pegang kalau kesal sikit.
Next, Zai will explain. Next, Zai will explain the. Next, Zai will explain the performance evaluation.